So I'm Senator Stan Kuchar, and I'm here continuing our conversation with Dr. Sankar about vaccines and getting vaccinated and the importance of getting vaccinated in terms of reducing transmission. People say, oh, well, get COVID and then you won't transmit COVID to anybody. But if you're vaccinated, you can transmit COVID to people. What's that all about?
Yeah, so this is another topic that keeps coming up. So, a lot of people are arguing that vaccinated people who've had both courses of vaccines, can still be infected and transmit COVID. So, although this is true, the likelihood of that happening is far more reduced than someone who has not yet been vaccinated against COVID. And so, there are a few different things that are happening. So, firstly, studies have found that people who are vaccinated against COVID, they tend to actually have, if they do get a breakthrough case of COVID, they tend to have less time being infected. So their time of infection is less, their viral load may also be less, and their time to clearing the virus is also far greater. That all translates to the fact that they are less likely to transmit COVID-19 to other people because of this vaccination. Versus if you're not vaccinated, all of those things, all of the opposite happens. Your body actually takes longer to clear the virus. You tend to have more viral load, and you tend to be infected for a longer period of time. So all those things actually mean you're more likely to transmit to someone versus if you're vaccinated.
So what I hear you saying about this is that this argument that getting natural immunity from COVID is getting sick, right? Um, is less likely to infect somebody else than if you have a vaccine. That doesn't make any sense at all.
No, it's actually quite the
Yeah.
opposite.
So this whole thing about natural immunity, that is, get sick so that you can give it to other people so that you can potentially die, or you can take a vaccine to prevent all this from happening. That's just nonsense.
Yeah, it definitely, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to a lot of experts, especially when you can prevent all of these really horrible things from happening. We do have a vaccine to do that, and so it makes far more sense to take a vaccine than to allow yourself to be infected with SARS-CoV-2 and get COVID.
All right, pretty clear. Get the vaccine is the best of all alternatives.